Well, we're back with another video this week and every week until, well, they put me on TV or they pull me off the air. or the net. Whatever. Point is, we'll be here long after the coronavirus, but continuing to do our small part in the meantime, we're going to answer some viewer questions this week. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that is, of course, what viewers? We have viewers, okay? They're from Canada. You don't know them, okay? They're from the northern part. The north of the northern part of Canada. Yeah, whatever. We're big in Canada. North Canada. Point is, we got some viewer questions about the virus, and we thought we'd answer them because chances are these viewers who totally really exist and aren't made up at all probably have the same questions as many other people. So, we might as well address them. Sound good? Before we start, though, I thought that during this time of great upheaval and bad news all around, it might be good to start and end our videos with something good happening. Sounds good, right? So, yeah, we're going to do that. We are. To that end, I'd like to put a spotlight on the GC Meals for NYU Winthrop GoFundMe that was started in my very own town by Liz and Rhonda. The purpose of the fund is, in their own words, to help feed all the healthcare workers on the front lines and, amazingly, 2 birds with 1 stone, at the same time, help local restaurants and food places who can't obviously see customers in the dining rooms right now. I am happy and thrilled to announce that as of yesterday, or whenever you watch this, the fund hit just over $71,000. $71,000! And that's mainly from around here, with some exceptions. Thank you, you know who. And we even donated some for this video. It's an amazing cause and an uplifting story in this time when we are seeing the worst of humanity, but also the best. The link is in the description. If you feel like giving, please do. And thank you to Liz and Rhonda and everyone who donated. We'll be keeping these workers in burgers, tacos, pizzas, and salads if you don't like meat, I guess, for a long time to go. Okay? Next, the first viewer question. Lisa R. wants to know, what can you do for people like us who are chronically ill, immunodeficient, or elderly to help them now that they are pretty much stuck at home for a while? First, thanks for the question. Second, well, the first thing I'd say is to make them feel like they are not alone. The thing that's going to be truly difficult to overcome is that feeling of isolation where you're being told you can't go out, you can't see people. Now, here's the crazy thing. I know people who before this were total curmudgeons. Yeah, you'd be like, are you going to shower today? Change out of those Care Bear pajama pants because you're starting to smell like Despair Bear and I do not want to hug it out. You know what I mean? You know. It's that age-old adage. It's that age-old adage. Tell me I can't do something and I want to do it more, even if I hate it. The point is, even those people now are feeling that loneliness, that thought that no one cares if you live or die, and that you have no help should the need arise. You can call them, I know, call. Even stop over and reassure them through the doorway that they are not being forgotten. And if they need anything such as supplies or a game of word with friends, whatever, that you'll be there to help them. Even a simple text saying, just checking in, can go a long way. So I hope that helps. Next question is from Jeff H. They ask why it is so much more dangerous for people who are chronically ill or have autoimmune diseases to be exposed to COVID-19. Another important question. Okay, those who are chronically ill or have autoimmune disease are frequently treated by medications that work by weakening parts of the body's immune system, since it's the immune system itself that's causing the problem. It's kind of like that old TV commercial, can't get a car because you can't get a loan, can't get a loan because you can't get a car, you know, a real catch-22. It's my immune system that's causing the problem, but also it's what keeps me safe from corona and other infections. So, since we're beating it down with specialized immunosuppressant drugs, it means people like me are especially susceptible to any bacteria or viruses that enter their system, while regular healthy individuals are able to fight such things off with a much higher success rate. This is why it is so dangerous for individuals with compromised immune systems to contract any illness, COVID-19 especially. Okay, next question. Louis W. asks, what are we doing here to help people who have lost their ability to work and those who are on the front lines fighting the disease? Well, I think the first thing we should all be doing is staying at home unless absolutely necessary. Now, I think some of you may not be fully grasping what the definition of necessary is. Some examples of things that are necessary are you're dying. Preferably of coronavirus, because other things, let's be honest right now, they might not save you. Some examples of things that are not necessary are running out of avocados, going to see one's baby mama, just checking in with the bros, and of course, dating. Yes, even you millennials can keep it in your pants for a month. I know. It's like a petting zoo on ecstasy out there, but try hard. Next, villages like mine have established charities and web pages to take donations for things like feeding healthcare workers, see above, and providing funds for those who are as of now unemployed. You can give or you can start things in your own town like that. It helps, especially for those who are fighting for us on the front lines of this epidemic so we can stay home. Finally, I think the last thing we can all do is try our best to prevent the spread of gossip and panic, as we covered in another video, and try to stay positive and keep others calm. Right this very minute, you know a friend of yours who is absolutely losing their minds. I just saw it. You know who I'm talking about. You just thought of their name. Well, do your best to keep that person safe and sane. If we try, we can make the situation a bit better for everyone. Okay, last question. This one is from Jessica B. And she wants to know, what was quarantine like when we were in it, as we were 3 times before? Good paying attention, Jessica. Three times, yes. Look, I know protective gear and even just the word itself, quarantine, can be frightening. It's been drilled into our brains through years of Walking Deads and horrible B-quality horror movies that anytime there is a quarantine, it is inevitably followed by swarms of vicious, brain-eating husks and disgusting mutants with very bad teeth who will eat your face off without so much as a please pass the ketchup. The word itself, though, literally just means period of 40 days. Yeah, it referred to the isolating of ships in port for a time before they were allowed to unload in order to prevent the spread of, yes, the Black Death. Okay, granted, that part doesn't sound great, but still, the important part to remember is that it was simply a precaution, a medical practice, much like swabbing with alcohol before drawing blood. It's no more sinister than that. Even so, I remember being in quarantine, especially when they thought I had bacterial meningitis, and it was frightening. And you're allowed to be scared, right? But it's for everyone's benefit, and it does not mean we are one step away from eating our neighbors. Although Frank is looking especially plump these days, I think I could take him. Okay, weird cannibal flex aside, I think that went well. Thank you, 3 people in Canada. Northern Canada. They get really touchy about the northern part. So, like I said, we started this video on a good note, and we're going to end it on one too. Those of you in Manhattan know about this, but I figured we'd show everyone because it's great, and you're going to want to see it. I'm calling it the clap. The clap? I feel like I've heard that name before. Clap. Oh, no. Actually, we're not calling it that. No, trust me. Nobody wants to see the clap. How about we just go to the videotape? Yeah. It's great, right? That is everyone in Manhattan coming out of their apartments, houses, etc., whatever, at 7 p.m. to applaud all the medical professionals and personnel and first responders. Why 7 o'clock, you ask? Or maybe you didn't. But anyone who has spent time in a hospital can tell you 7 and 7 are shift changes for nurses and etc. The cheering, the clapping, it's wonderful, isn't it? I'd do it here, but it would just be one weird guy standing in his doorway in Star Wars pajamas clapping at the sky, and I don't know, that seems sadder somehow. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you and end on a good note. Now listen, next week I think we might return to somewhat of our regularly scheduled programming, if you will. We'll see how the week goes, but in the meantime, you know it, you own it by now, be kind, rewind, keep on keeping on, and we'll talk soon.